You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Dance Moms After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's
The title.
Dance Moms
No room for
After
rotten
Show.
The title.
With my girls living on the... Oh,
Oh, the partner.
Partner
We rehearsed this.
come on. Living on the
Oh.
dance floor, dance floor. Living on the dance floor.
Oh.
I love the echo. Oh, Giselle's all hurt this week. Too much point work.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Her toes were bleeding.
Exactly.
Circus center
Yes, I
stage.
just rolled right over and broke my arches. What's up, everybody? Bing is for doing, and we're doing another recap of Dance Mamacitas
Yes.
on Lifetime. Marissa's over there in the booth, always saving the day and keeping us
What's up,
classy
guys?
over here.
Trying to.
Trying. Yes,
I'm
keyword.
Giselle Ugardi, always live tweeting at Giselle Ugardi, and to my left, got this guy,
What's up, guys? I'm Chris Conjero.
also
How
known
you
as Captain
doing?
Kangaroo.
No.
I like the self-introduction.
I know. And all the way over here, we have a special guest tonight. As promised, we're always bringing you exclusives and special little surprises. Miss Gina Starbuck is back with us.
Hi, everybody.
And where can we find you? You're on Twitter.
You can find me. Yeah, everything at Gina Starbuck. Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff.
I love when people keep
at
it
Gina
easy.
Starbuck.
I
Simple.
You know?
Just keep it simple.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Simple,
First name.
direct, your name.
Yeah.
It's a
But-
good...
It's not very creative, but it works.
Not everyone has that choice. What if they have a really common name?
Well, they should have changed it for show business. No, I don't
Apparently.
know.
Like Christy Ray. Someone else already had Christy Ray.
They're probably trying to be her.
The real
Yeah.
Christy Ray. That's
Yeah,
what
right.
she should be.
Christy Ray official.
I know. I'm sure those were probably taken too. But who knows?
Probably now.
Anyway, so Dance Moms Season 3, Episode 25, No Room for Rotten Apples.
I love
But
that
yet
title.
they make all of the room for the rotten apples because this whole episode is about the candy apples.
Yes.
It was good. It was interesting. I like the fact that we had some new parents and some new faces. It was just this week
Yeah.
was very refreshing for me.
Was it?
Yeah.
You,
Really refreshing.
you liked it?
I liked
just
it a lot.
want more dancing, really, always.
Yeah,
more
that's
dancing.
true.
I like that
But
they
then
have
again,
the
it
guys.
wouldn't be Dance Moms if
you know.
it was, Yeah.
Be more like Abby's Ultimate.
Yeah, I guess. But there's still drama there. Can we just dance, guys?
I know.
But then no one would watch, I feel like. I would love to watch. Like when I watch like So You Think and all those other shows, I just fast forward to the performances.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want to see.
Exactly.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, clearly.
But, you know, it's different here.
Yes.
Because it revolves around drama.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
that's the real world of this competition circuit.
But I agree. It is nice seeing new talent. It is nice seeing the way that different moms do work and interact with strangers. They're not this dysfunctional family, although we clearly love the dysfunctional family. We tune in week after week. I definitely missed the Abby Lee Dance Company this week, and I have to say last night, Abby Lee Miller on Twitter was retweeting so many people. I almost want to unfollow her because it seemed like she was retweeting everyone, and almost everyone was saying, where's Abby Lee? Like, it's called Dance Moms, it's Abby Lee's show. Where is she? Where is she? So what's going on? Like,
She's filming her other show.
Yeah. she's been
well,
doing
yeah,
everything
clearly,
else.
but I mean, should we have maybe ended the season before they started filming that?
I think the
Yeah.
overlap is confusing even
Yeah.
for me.
Because here we actually saw a piece tonight. We see Maddie. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Shooting the finale, and Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition, and then we have another reunion next week, which I just think is so
Yeah.
out of place.
Perhaps a cross-promotion attempt.
That's the only thing I could see
Perhaps.
that makes it a good idea. Otherwise, it's just
Yeah.
like a janky lineup to go from like a reunion, show, reunion. Like, Has that much happened in the past, what is it, 3 weeks?
Not even, maybe 2,
Yeah.
3. Like I think this is the third week.
And
Yeah.
after that last reunion, which was like boring as heck, who wants to sit through another one? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, hopefully they'll bring the drama this time.
Okay, so I have a question. We see again, Yvette is still so upset with Abby. Why? It's been almost a year. And actually, I forgot to tell you, Yvette is supposed to be calling us tonight.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yes.
More surprises.
Soon.
But she's still so upset with Abby. Do you think this is something, and we'll ask her when we go on the phone, but do you think this is something that she's hyping up because they're on the show? Or is this something that she really got hurt by Abby saying those comments about Hadley about a year ago?
My thought is probably it's just hype for the show, honestly. I mean, she owns a studio. She knows how this stuff happens, like how it works. I don't really see her. Maybe she is a little bit like, I want to go and prove to Abby that my daughter is, great, which Hadley is great. But
Right.
beyond
I think it's
that-
more of that than being like, I'm going to get you, Abby. Like, she wants to prove
she
that.
wants to
Hadley
Hadley
could
to
take
just
it.
go and like kick butt.
And
Which
maybe
will.
she wants Abby's approval as well,
Yeah,
Because I could see her fighting for that.
perhaps.
I mean, she had her competition hair tonight. I want to
I mean,
compliment her as
had-
she calls.
all the moms had their competition faces on tonight. They were
They
definitely
did.
wering stage makeup,
But
which
Yvette's bump was
Yes.
impressive. I like that. I do
need
like
to
her
bump
bump.
it
The heights.
tonight. We
The
talked
height.
about this.
Yes.
I definitely do think that the makeup artist perhaps in some cases thought that they needed stage makeup, not on camera HD makeup, which
Yeah.
can be a little confusing, but we love the moms
Gina
anyway.
looks
and
great. I love Gina.
I love Gina.
Thanks,
Um,
guys. Just kidding.
Well, of
I love her
course.
too.
It's a given.
I was like, thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah.
But I also love that, Gina. And Zach.
Yeah, you as
Yeah,
well,
they're
you as
awesome.
well, you as well. So, did you guys also notice how Campbell goes, my mom made me for one reason and one reason only, to dance?
Wait.
She's too young to just all of a sudden say that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's something that her mom told her, and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit.
Yeah.
Because her
Agreed.
mom is putting that in her mouth. She's like, say it again, but this time I want you to really mean it.
Commitment, okay?
You know that.
honey.
Again.
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 We got to see not the pyramid, I don't even know what they call the apple tree,
Yes.
which I
It's
don't.
fancy now.
There it is.
As well.
Computerized.
Digital. We're in the
Um,
digital age.
And just,
She looks
I'm
like
not
it.
even really going to go over it just because I think it's so silly since they're not even a real team
Yeah.
to be appropriately ranked since they all have different strengths and weaknesses.
And aren't they all from different studios as well?
Yeah, and they're not consistent, so I just think it's a little silly. But they're getting ready to go to Masters of Dance in Columbus, Ohio. They're not competing against the ALDC this week.
It was like their own show this week.
No, it really
Yeah.
was. That's exactly
Like
what
Dance
it was.
Moms Ohio.
I know. When I saw Maddie, I was like, yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh.
And she's gone.
I'm confused, and maybe you guys know the answer with Kathy. Why? I don't think it speaks highly, and I could be wrong because I don't know her students, but I don't think it speaks too highly of her training and her students that she's always bringing in outside talent, right?
Yeah,
Am I, like,
yeah.
It's a revolving door.
Yeah.
but like I
Just
know
goes-
Zach is not at that studio.
Yeah.
Like he's in a studio in Arizona,
Yes.
so
And Hadley is
and
in
he's
her
not
mom's
even like
studio.
fully on. Yeah, they're not fully on that team. So
Mm-hmm.
how are they? It's just confusing to me. I'd never seen that before.
I don't know how they get away with that, and I'm pretty sure, you can correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe you don't even know either, but I'm pretty sure that Asia can't compete with anybody else, but she can compete with Abby's, whereas these kids kind of doing their
Are
own
doing
thing.
a little bit of everything.
And that's perhaps one of the reasons why Sophia left and only did the episodes for so long, so that she could keep doing her own things, but
But where are Candy, what's her name? Kathy's
Apples.
students. Kathy.
Candy
students.
Yeah, we're her real students.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
but you know what? I have to say, there's so many of like Abby's students that we don't see either. You know, like her older
true.
students.
But at
who are
least those girls
brilliant and-
actually were trained by Abby.
Yeah.
I
the
like
most
how
part.
I don't know if you've noticed, but whenever we get an outside shot of the studio, it says the only #1 dance studio in what county is it? Like Stark County or something, or Stark County.
It's probably the only dance
Like
studio.
the only
In that
number
county.
one, like the only number that just doesn't make sense to me. But
Yeah.
whatever. They're doing a group number called So Chic. It's contemporary. It's supposed to be over the
Wait,
top
it's
characters.
contemporary. They didn't put it in the contemporary category, did they?
No, I think it's hip hop. The one with.
Oh no, you're right. It was hip hop. You're right.
Okay, I was just like, wait.
I really loved
Good
Kathy
correction.
talking about hip hop and how they're crazy club kids. It
Yeah.
just sounded so proper and like I think this is it right there. She's like, they just wear ostentatious outfits.
And
Ostentatious.
Rich like,
I
show
love
them
that
your
she used
swag.
that.
Show them your swag.
Oof.
Cute little Jalen.
He's cute.
What do you guys think of this number? They didn't even know what chic meant.
I know, I love how they
first of
said that.
all.
They're like, we don't know what that means. Excuse me.
I also never associated with chic with over the top personally.
Yes.
No, no.
It's by Anthony's friend Malik So Chic, who apparently is the biggest socialite fashionista in New York.
Well, I will say there is like a whole underground like
Club scene,
lifestyle
like-
club scene. So I mean that could be the case, but everyone's definition of chic is different.
Different, apparently.
Yes.
I mean, I think the definition is not what they did.
no.
Chic,
Yeah.
I think, like sophisticated, elegant,
Yeah.
stylish,
Classic,
classy.
glamorous.
Yeah.
They're just having a party. They're just being
Not like
Halloween,
raver
it's like Halloween.
club, like what club kids. That's something that I'm not familiar with. So
Yeah.
feel free to
I'm not the most familiar with it
educate
either. I just
me.
know
if
that
you're
there's
out there. Leave a comment. Let me know.
do that. We want to know more about it. I do know it's
Like,
a
I
whole
want to know more.
Yeah, it's an
I wanna know more.
I
underground
don't know that much, but like a
You
little
guys
bit
sound
maybe.
like Kathy now. We want to know more about those ravers.
about the ostentatious outfits.
What do they do there?
Well, I will say there's a whole lifestyle. Like I know that this underground scene, and they have balls, which are like these big shows / battles where people come and perform, and all that stuff. But I've never been to one. I would love to be,
It's probably pretty sick.
but there's like a whole sort of movement that's happening with this whole Club Kids thing. So I can't
Wow.
hate on it.
So then maybe it's a trend-setting thing. Maybe it's something I don't even know about, or never even heard about, and then all of a sudden in
Maybe.
like a year.
It's gonna be everywhere. It's gonna be Harajuku in Hollywood Boulevard.
Maybe like it all started with Dance Moms.
Yes. Duets, we had Nick and Hadley chosen to do Tribal Affair. Finally, Nick's getting some recognition. You're a Nick fan.
I love Nick. I didn't realize I didn't make the correlation. I follow you, Nick, on Instagram.
Oh, look
Bendy.
at that.
I love some bendiness.
You're following some young children on Instagram.
I like just Nick and
That was a very loud laugh. I'm sorry.
just Nick and Asia. So.
Little kids on Instagram. Okay. Solos.
I follow some too.
Thank
I know.
you,
I do too.
Gina.
I do too. I do too.
Rude, Giselle. No one's here to tell you to have a seat.
I
calling him
know.
out.
I'm trying to just have a little bit of comic relief and just have a little fun, guys. And like, meanwhile, I keep getting like, I'm hoping for tweets from you guys, and I'm getting like texts and like bathroom pictures from my ex-boyfriend I don't even talk to anymore. It's really awkward. So maybe I'll just
Oh,
put the panda
wow.
away.
Tell the
Yeah,
ex-boyfriend
wow.
to stop. You guys
know.
have
This
to
sounds
tweet
more of
Giselle.
like
Like
a
really
personal
weird.
situation.
Anyway, so solos, we have Jalen, who is doing a contemporary solo, which is very different for Jalen. That's where I got the contemporary and the hip hop mixed up earlier. His solo is called One Last Goodbye, and then Mary is also getting a solo called Still I Rise. What did you guys think about Kathy picking solos for two of the weakest players, or arguably weakest players of the group?
Well, I mean, it sounds like she did it so that she could say, whoever does worse, that's who goes, because I have to cut somebody, which who knows if she really has to cut somebody. But it was to put the pressure on them, I think.
But shouldn't solos, like, aren't they usually awarded to the
First,
strongest?
yeah.
They should be.
Usually.
Or is it just because Abby wasn't there that she was like, okay, I'll let you guys, go practice?
It's a
Maybe.
good thought, possibly.
Perhaps.
I don't know.
But I think it was
Well,
also good to
sometimes-
challenge Jalen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Sometimes it's just good for, to give another kid an opportunity and give them
Yeah.
that chance to grow and do something different.
And to
put
do a
themselves
solo
out.
outside of his wheelhouse. As far
Yes.
as like B-boy. So
Yeah.
I thought he did great too. I know I'm skipping ahead, but
I did too.
Really?
so good.
Really, Giselle?
He did that reach.
I loved him.
The reach was good. I'll
The
give him
reach was
the
great.
Reach.
And he was really cute.
And that emotion. He,
was
had
so
such good
committed.
emotion.
He was
Yeah.
committed. He was committed.
I mean, I would have been getting sappy if I was at the judges' table. I cry a lot during numbers when I judge.
Do you
guys.
really?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You're
wow.
gonna be that mom one
Yeah.
day.
Totally.
Perfect, perfect. Well, Kathy says that her whole thing is that she wants to trim the fat. Go from 6 to 5. Right away, Mary's mom starts making excuses about how she's not used to dancing barefoot. And then we see Jalen, who's kind of struggling to pick up choreography a little bit. His challenge is to do a triple pirouette. Thoughts on this challenge?
I mean, come on.
I
He's
mean-
how old?
11?
11, and he's a b-boy, and he has little to no technical training. Like, come on, Kathy.
Well, it wasn't even
It
Kathy,
doesn't
it's
mean
Anthony.
he can't. And Anthony.
He's like, you can do 3 spins on your head. Well, just do it on your foot.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that he can't do it, because he can. But, like, as a choreographer, for me, I always want to highlight the good things about the student, and you want to push them to grow. But I wouldn't put him on stage doing a triple pirouette with his shoulders all up and, like, bent knees and,
I mean,
you know,
especially
not
when he
really
hasn't
knowing.
been like, has he taken a ballet class? Do we even know?
Yeah.
Like, or you just like go spin 3 times?
Yeah, you want
Because
them
that's
to
not the
look
way
good.
you teach.
Yeah,
Go do
exactly.
sit-ups and push-ups and then spin.
Yeah, that's not how you do it. They take it back to the
Ugh.
bar.
Somebody's got a bitter situation happening over there.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of feeling for the kid.
Totally.
What are
little
you
bit.
feeling for him?
Like, I feel bad that they're putting him in this situation where it's clearly not his strength, and they're pushing him to do something that you can't learn overnight.
I think he rose above.
He
I
did
think
really well, I
His solo should have been called Still I Rise instead of Homegirl.
I did think he did better than Mary.
Well, he did.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
And I do think that he's very talented. I'm not saying that he's not talented, but if I'm looking at his solo objectively, I don't think it was that great. But clearly it was out of his comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
he played it off as best as he could. I will totally give him that. But I mean, we see that even with dancers who are much older than him, like on shows like So You Think You Can Dance, where they're doing something totally out of their comfort zone and they look so awkward and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And, you know, he did the best that he could. But at the end of the day,
I mean, think
wasn't
of
that
Maddie
great.
doing like a b-boy solo.
I love that emotion. That's all I have to say about him.
His emotion was on point.
plus.
Yeah.
The emotion
I
was
felt
there.
it.
I will
I
say
felt
the
it.
Yeah,
emotion was
Maddie
there.
doing a b-boy solo. A break-in
Exactly.
solo for Maddie. That's what I want to see.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the comparison, basically.
Yeah. I think she would be able to play it off a little bit better because emotionally she's more mature.
I don't agree. I don't think you could have played off his solo any better than he did.
Yeah.
That emotion.
I'm with you. I'm with this one.
He was
Oh.
acting. That was like Academy Award.
Let's talk about Rick though. He had a little
Oh.
bit of a breakdown.
He's
a
so
cute dad.
sweet. Yeah.
I give Rick some points this
Yeah,
week.
can we
Yeah.
say props to the dance dad? Like,
Good job, Rick.
props.
And dance dads across
yes,
the globe.
across the world.
Because I feel like he really opened up to us. We got to see a little bit more of why he is the way he is. He's always the lion protecting the cubs.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. And he didn't have that, he was saying. And it comes from like a genuine place.
Yeah. It really does.
I don't think that was like crocodile tears.
I want to
No.
know, do you know anything about his family situation? Like his
I
mom
don't.
or...
I wish I did. I've actually never met Jalen. He's like one of the few of these kids that I
Oh.
don't know. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Well, either way, wish Jalen the best, wish Rick the best. I'm starting to like them a little bit more each week, which is
Yeah.
great. Even though I wasn't the biggest fan of his dance this week, but
I mean, and good
you
luck
know.
to Rick being
I
in the
also
Sea of
loved
Women.
that
Yeah.
Jalen stuck up to Anthony this week.
Yes, me too.
I was like, get it. He was like, I don't want to do push-ups. Like, we're doing push-ups for no reason.
Though I will say, as the dance teacher, I might say that differently. I'm like, yeah, I'm happy. But if a kid did that to me, I might be a little upset.
Like, get down and give me 50 now.
Yeah.
That's 5 more for you. I'm going to sit on your back when you do it. What did you guys think of Mary and her little asthma attack? Do you think that was actually asthma? Do you think it was a panic attack? Did she get nervous
Yeah, I think she was just freaking herself out.
Stressing out, yeah.
with Anthony?
It's
Poor little
amazing
one.
the amount of anxiety these kids can create for themselves.
I know. Well, you were saying
wild.
that you saw Maddie at the finale.
I did.
And I was thinking that you were going to say, oh, Maddie, she's such a diva, da-da-da-da. But
Here's what I said, everybody. So I went to the finale of Abby's Ultimate to support Trinity this time because she's like, I worked with her for a lot of years and she was in the finale. And I was there and I saw Maddie perform. And I had like run backstage to use the restroom or whatever. And when I was walking back, I just walked past Maddie. I didn't actually meet her, but the child is literally a ball of anxiety, like just walking anxiety. I could feel it from like 5-10 feet away. I was just like, oh, someone needs to get this kid some stress relief. Like, let her go out and play, like something, because I could just feel it. And I was thinking about Sophia, you know, because I work with Sophia, and as far as like, you know, you can kind of compare them, and Sophia's the complete opposite. Sophia's like,
Really?
she works really hard and she like wants to get it right, but she's just like, okay, yeah, let's try this, and just super happy, no stress. Like,
Wow, that's
it's
so
night
funny.
and day.
See
Yeah,
the
it's
different
interesting.
dynamics in play.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's pretty wild.
And then I saw Asia in person a couple of weeks ago, and I feel like
She's
she's
so
just kind of
sweet.
like, okay,
Yep.
let's do it again. I want to do it this. I want to do it harder. I want to do this. Like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
totally. So hopefully your confidence stays that way, because some of those dancers can get molded when they're young.
Yeah,
It's
her,
hard.
well, Asia's attention span is not all there, but
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, we know that.
she is
So
happy to
cute.
try. Oh, she's so cute.
The funny thing about Asia, though, is that she's all over the place, and she'll be running and bouncing off the walls, but give her a book and she won't move.
Really?
She loves to read books.
I had no idea.
She
God, I wish I
loves-
would have had
yeah.
that in my rehearsals
I
with
would-
her on the show.
It's great. Like the whole time
Here's a
when
book.
she was
Here's a
nailing tricks and when she was doing things right, her mom would reward her with books, or Asia would remind Christy, like, okay, Mom, that's another book. That's another book.
Ah.
And so then they would go to the store and like buy another book. And she like totally kept track of how many books and that's what she would do. Read
That's
books.
amazing. I didn't know.
So I
that.
think
That
it's
is
so
amazing.
interesting.
She's
Like,
gonna be sharp.
yeah, I know. Watch out for that one.
Yeah. Well, she's clearly a very smart child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was very impressed by that. I mean, 7 years or 7? Is she 7?
I think she's 7 or 8.
8? I always forget, but
Somewhere
Yeah.
around there.
better that she be involved in that and not something else.
Yeah.
Anthony and Kathy getting a little bit of a tiff. Kathy starts crying.
I feel like they're always getting in little tips.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I mean, I could see how Kathy would start crying. Anthony can be really a lot.
intense. It is a lot. But she's a lot too. Come
Yeah,
on. We're talking about
that's
people being a
true.
lot. She's a lot.
That's true.
Do you guys think Anthony's being too hard on the kids?
Yeah, I do in some ways. They're
Worse
so
than Abby Lee?
young. It'd be one. Well, they're comparable. Abby would hate to hear me say that. Oh God, I hope she's not watching.
Do you think Abby would be offended by that? I mean, it's not like Anthony's a
But her-
terrible person.
Well, to be compared with Anthony, yeah, I
Oh.
think so. I won't say anything more about
given that she's hired Anthony, but yeah, okay.
I just think
interesting.
it's scarier for the kids to have, like, being a guy to come in. The kids are always a little more hesitant with you, and he's like a current working professional.
Yeah.
You know, I
Which
think it
he's
makes
reminded
it,
us of
Well,
a couple
yeah,
times.
several times. I just think he's treating them like they're grown adults. You
Right,
know,
there's
he's
a
not.
difference.
Of course, you want to. I mean, especially in this kind of setting where these kids are kind of working professionals to a sense. Like, yes, you do push them beyond just your average, you know, little kid students, but you can't treat them like they're 25 years old and on a world tour, you know?
And even so, it wouldn't be like that. There'd still be some, like, jest and, like, jovial fun. Like, I've never seen
Absolutely.
him really, like, I'm hard on kids when I teach, but I'm also like, yeah, you got it. Or, like, you know, you try to lift them up and push them forward.
Yeah.
Not, like, knock them down and kick them forward.
Well, he
I
has
don't know.
moments. I think, like, at the competition, you see him, like, cheering for them. And, yeah, good job. And, yeah,
And
you
plus,
got
that's
this
only
with
what they
Jalen.
show, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Having worked with Anthony, do you think that you can see a little bit of a change in behavior with him, like now that he's on television and on, you know, from Abby's to this, or from
Yeah, it's hard to really say. I mean, I know Anthony. He's not my best friend, so it's hard for me to really speak on that.
well,
I
in
know
terms
that,
of his teaching style?
yeah, I know that he was pretty intense on Abby's as well. They didn't show too much of that, but it's hard for me to really say if it shifted too much. He started off pretty intense as a teacher.
Yeah, I think
so.
he's always been kind of intense.
Yeah, I remember him yelling at Amanda on Abby's about something, like
Her
screaming
face,
at her.
probably.
Yeah, who
Well,
knows
no,
what?
Amanda wasn't she the one that struggled with her face?
Yeah,
Her
that's
facial
just,
expressions.
She likes
it's just
them.
funny the way she said that. Her face, probably.
Probably. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, she didn't emote well.
And I believe Amanda's on America's Got Talent this season.
Oh, is she?
Mhm.
Oh, God, she was
Really?
doing all the shows. She won, you know, her and her partner, not America's Got Talent. They won Paula Abdul's show a few years ago.
Live to Dance?
Live to
Oh,
Dance, because
yeah.
I choreographed the finale solo for
I remember
Kendall
what he
Glover.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Wow,
Um,
she's just taking
Making
the
the
whole
rounds.
scene.
I know. Why
Next
not?
stop, so you think, I guess.
Why
She's-
not?
When she's old enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Meanwhile, at Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition, we see Maddie do her solo to the live music. You were there.
Which was good. It was very good.
Was it better in person?
It was pretty much the same for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same old Maddie.
It was good. She's a good little dancer. I think she's great. I just want her to like not be a 57-year-old like anxiety-ridden person. I don't know.
Happens.
I know it's hard
Good.
for them at such a
Yeah.
young age.
Oops. Then we go to the competition, and Kathy brings a rabbit.
And then she says something about its poop.
Oh, she's like, if you do really well, you'll take it home and you can clean up after its turds or something.
She's nuts. Like, she's funnily nuts.
Like, they
And
had
what
the
did she
rabbits, but
say
about the whole rabbit.
when she went through her house with the bunnies? Like, clearly that's not for the
right.
camera. Like, clearly
Oh my
that's
gosh, I
right. Like, that's
completely
how she.
forgot about
That's,
that.
that's like a thing she
She's
has.
like, okay, which ones are collector bunnies and which ones are gifts?
And Vivi seems so uninterested. They seem like they have no connection to me. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
so strange. But yo, when she said Kathy and her buddies, oh, she's like, this one reminds me of Abby. It's on the run with arm
Arm full of
loads
food,
full of
right?
food.
That's
I
so
was
mean. Though.
dying.
But, I mean, yeah.
But it's
I
funny.
love
I mean, like, at
Vivi.
least she throws a joke in there every now and then.
I love Vivi. She's great.
Vivi?
Vivi. Kathy's daughter.
Yeah, I'm just impartial to her. I just feel like she's just kind of there.
She is. That's why I love her.
I don't even feel like a kid.
She's
Like, there's
just-
no.
Like, she's a prop.
Yeah.
Like a little China doll that she just carries
They
around.
hired her.
Yeah.
They're like, can you be her daughter?
This
Oh,
season,
gosh.
season 2, season 3.
She went to the first casting call, and then now she lives with Kathy.
Oh my
I
gosh.
know.
That reminds me of an episode of How I Met Your Mother, but that's a whole other topic.
So
It's a good gig.
initially when I saw that, what?
I said it's a good gig.
Yeah, it's a
Shoot.
great gig. You know, just
Just chill with the bunnies.
chill with bunnies and
Oh my gosh.
go to the dance studio and hang out with Jalen and
Don't really say much.
just. Well, she gets to say a lot. Kathy's like, you know, whenever I'm torn about something, I go to Vivi. She gives me advice. She'll help me
That
pick.
makes
Oh,
sense.
there's little Jalen in his little tights and his little tummy. Look how little he is.
Oh.
Yeah.
1, 2.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm like a child that's young. I don't want them to be shirtless.
Oh,
It's
I
just
feel
a
the
side
same
note.
way.
I'm like,
I
put
feel
a
that I
shirt on
agree with
him.
that. I feel like now all boys at every
They
competition
do
are
it, and
shirtless.
you're
It's
just
like
like,
a thing now.
And it's the same thing with some of the girls. You're like, no. Why? Don't show
Pasties.
that. Like, cover it
I
up.
know.
I mean, not pasties.
Well,
Practically, some
in
of
some
them.
situations, there's been implied pasties.
Oh,
Like
that.
the showgirls.
That was awful. I'll just flat out and say
but
that was awful.
for the record.
For the record, I would never, ever, ever be a part of that. As she shimmies.
Right. She sounds like I would.
I mean, I will shimmy myself.
I know.
And perhaps in pasties, but I'm a fully grown adult.
Oh, okay.
I've done it in the past. I was in a burlesque show. Oh my gosh.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Where? When?
At 42's. Years ago. It was tastefully done. Come on.
Do we have a clip?
My mom came to watch once. She was
Alright.
like,
The first and the last.
it's really not. I mean, when you're an adult, it's a whole different
I
thing.
love it. I love it. Okay, on to the competition.
I'm like, oh,
I know.
great.
I'm like in another world today that
Yeah, we're-
happens sometimes.
We are all kind of loopy
so
today. it
if
feels
you're
like.
watching, if
Sorry,
you're
everybody.
listening, forgive me. Oh, I do want to give a shout out really quickly to some of our peeps on YouTube. I know I always give Twitter shout outs. I don't always acknowledge our peeps on YouTube. Star Beatles, Queen, Shannon, Crazy Chris. You guys
Yes,
are great.
Crazy Chris.
Yes, Crazy Chris. Whether you're agreeing with us, disagreeing with us, we love when you guys have intense conversations, chat online after the show, during the show, whether you're tweeting us in the chat room with Miss Marisa over here. I don't know why I'm like Spanishing everything today. I'm like, Mama,
I like it.
But let us know, and also make sure that you subscribe to our podcast on iTunes. Give us 5 stars if you want to keep seeing this show. And if you don't think we deserve 5 stars, give us 5 stars anyway, or let us know why before
No,
you
yeah,
rate
tell
us,
us why.
so that we can
We
figure it
will
out
improve.
and get it together.
We are all on this quest for greatness
Yes.
together.
But certainly don't blame us for the poor production at times
And the
poor
boring.
choice of episodes and storyline. We try to make this more fun than the show, and hopefully we can get that achieved at least 90%
we should
of
have,
the time.
I mean, like, we should have our own after Dance Moms special on Lifetime.
I know.
There we go.
How about that?
That's
Let's
what
get
I'm
that in the
saying.
works.
We should be hosting it. I don't understand. I actually did get some fun tweets last week, especially from Rishka, and she said that she missed the first episode of Dance Moms that she's ever missed. I think either all season or just all series. And she was like, "So I
Wow.
can't wait to watch the recap because we make
Oh,
it
that's
that
great.
much more
Oh,
fun." So,
good. That's awesome. Thank you.
let's talk about the competition. First, we had Mary, who forgot some of the choreography
And who had floppy feet and bent knees.
and shoulders up
Yes.
and got really tired.
Yeah. I was impartial.
And look at this one, just killing it out there. It's emotion for days.
Yes. And you know what I will say about him as well? Like, I know,
Face.
Giselle, you have your thoughts, but he was really
No, you know what?
he was really using his length.
I think
He's using
I mean,
his
look
length.
at that moment.
Yeah.
you're right.
He's like elongating.
Oh, and we have a caller.
Ah!
Caller, thank you for calling After Buzz. Who's calling? Is it Missy?
Hey, you guys. It's
Hi,
Hey, Yvette.
Yay!
Hey.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you guys?
Good.
Doing
Great.
Where are you calling us from today?
I'm calling from Indiana.
Oh,
All
so
right.
it's a little past your bedtime, but you don't sleep. We know that.
I know. Sleep is for wimps still. But, yeah. So, you guys, I cannot log in. We've had crazy storms this evening. So, I don't know
wow.
where you're at and who you were just talking about. Maybe Jalen.
Yeah.
But please
Yes.
ask me questions. I'll answer whatever I can.
So I want to hear from you. I know that you and I have talked about this a little bit, via text and everything, but I want to hear about all these comments about Abby and what she had said about Hadley on Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition. Is this something that they're reserved feelings? Is it something that you maybe played up a little bit for the camera? Is it that you want to beat Abby, prove her wrong? Where's this pain coming from, Yvette?
Okay, I don't know. It's so funny because it's like that's the main topic. They keep bringing it up. They keep showing that same roadkill clip. I mean, we honestly have taken a positive spin on roadkill. We actually had roadkill fan club shirts made. And, yeah, on the back it says owning it, and then Hadley says I own it. So, I mean, we really did, our family and all of our company here locally, I mean, it's been a positive. So, really, I guess we're over that, but I guess it's just kind of fun to keep playing it for everybody. So I will say that when we went back in March and did the last 2 episodes that we did, I mean, I guess when other people bring it up, it's just as a mom, it's just a different feeling that I guess I really have not experienced before. So I will say after taping those 2 episodes, it's over. I mean, we're roadkilled out. She does have she's got a lot of drive on the inside. She has this internal thing that she wants to show Abby
Yeah.
that she feels like she's improved. So, I mean, hey, Abby got to see her last weekend at a competition, and it was awesome. So yeah, I don't know. We just take it as just part of the process, just growing.
That's
growing.
great. That's great motivation too that Hadley can use.
Yeah.
Did you, by
Absolutely.
chance, run into one of your favorite people at that competition, Miss Christy Ray?
Oh,
Well,
no.
I did, and it was all set up perfect so we could have another little cat moment. Maybe another little cat moment or big cat moment. So I don't know.
So you heard it here, Christy.
Wow.
So, and is
Yvette.
this real life cat moments?
You guys, I will say every bit of it is 100% real. It's sad. It's really sad, but there's no playing in that at all. There are no. I will say that I've probably never in my entire life had a situation, maybe feelings. I don't know. That is. I will say that is 100% organic. Okay, it's not it's all.
So it's
real.
not like you
We
guys
saw
go
the
out for
conception.
drinks after. Like it's not like after you guys are
No.
shooting, you're like, oh, let's go grab a drink. And
Oh no,
chat.
there's no high fives. There's no let's go.
They're
right,
not even
have-
Facebook friends.
Oh,
yeah,
that's the
Oh,
ultimate.
that is so
Yeah.
serious.
That is the ultimate seriousness level.
It's true.
Oh.
When
And
I
it all started. I will say it all started from my smile and a judgment call from Christy Ray, because
Yeah.
that's exactly it was her judgment call, and it was her opinion on me. So there was nothing that was started from this side. I mean, it all started from. I really feel honestly, I feel like she just started getting it to where she wanted to buy herself some more camera time, and played the game. So, I mean, it worked well for her. Asia was in the top 3, so.
I mean, I don't think, in all fairness, I don't think her camera time had anything to do with Asia being in the top 3, though.
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's
I mean, it
Asia's
was just-
talent and the fact that she's so young, and that
Hey,
spark, you know?
I take nothing. You know what? Kudos. Asia is amazing. Asia, 7 years old. She is one fierce, amazing little dancer, and I really like Asia. I really like that kid a lot. I have a difference of opinion though with her mom. So,
We can
Clearly.
just- and we can just leave it at that.
So tell me,
right.
how are you guys able to juggle all of this traveling, being part of Kenny Apples? You have your own studio as well. How are you making this
know.
work?
It is a challenge. But it's been amazing. It has absolutely been amazing. The blessing is that they spread it out so we can go away for a week, and then we can come home and be at the studio and continue to train, and then go back. So, I mean, they have spaced it out to where it's worked really well for our schedule, and we can keep up and be ready for our own national competition this summer as well. So
Well-
I mean, the producers they've been very accommodating.
Good.
That's
So
great.
just we're keeping our fingers crossed that some amazing things come from this, and we'll see what happens.
Let's talk about the dynamic a little bit with you and the Candy Apples, because we saw last week that there was a little bit of tension between some of the new moms and with you, and you saying that you were there for Anthony. Was there continued tension? Did you guys work it out? Did we not see everything about that argument? Because we also saw Gina supposedly yelling at you, and I know you guys are really good friends.
Right. There's definitely a tension. I think that Hadley's Anthony's little princess, and he doesn't hold back sharing that with the kids, and then the parents are sitting there in the kiss and cry room, or I like to call it the fight and cry room. So we're sitting there watching everything, and I'll just give you an example. Say, for instance, Anthony's probably correcting the other kids, but then when he comes to Hadley, he says, "Hey, would you like for me to change this section?" So it's not Hadley's fault that he
Yeah.
says that. But so I'm definitely taking the rap of that, and it's okay, and that's real. Okay, that's.
Well, but
Yeah,
there's no denying that Hadley works her tail off. So it's not like, she's just going in there and being a little princess. Like,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
works
I
I
really
mean,
know.
obviously
She would not
likes
wanna
her because
claim-
she works
yeah,
hard.
Yeah.
She that's I always say work ethic. Give me a kid with incredible work ethic. I want to take them before someone super talented, because you guys are all dancers. You know. So absolutely, she and Hadley I call her humble Hadley. She's just so down to earth, and so forth. But we've got tension. There's tension because of that within the team. Zach's mom, Gina, we're buddies. We're buddies. She'll definitely voice her opinion to me, but at the end of the day, it's okay.
So
Okay, the others, I don't know the others as well yet.
I'm sure you will.
I know, and they can keep that opinion. That's fine. I'm going to continue to be myself, and I think they should use me. I think that if they really played their cards right, they could use me, and that's why I felt that.
use you as like a
Ink's mom.
teacher, or
Yes, I mean, like, say for instance, when there is very little downtime,
She'll
they
clean
see
the
me
crap
working
out
Oh,
of
yeah.
numbers.
we got to see.
I've seen
Yeah.
it firsthand.
So I think Lexine's mom from Abby's Ultimate. She was the smartest one, and she even said it in her interview, and I never even knew that she had said that. She's like, it's okay, I will use you of that. And when I watched the show, I'm like, yes, she's one of the smart ones. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you take someone's 28 years of education and experience in the industry and use them? And that's why I always tell people, you don't know who we know.
Yeah.
The dance world is such a small dance world. Don't burn a bridge.
Well, Yvette, we have to wrap up here. So, if you could tell us anything else you think we should know about the episode, or what we can expect to see from you on the rest of the season.
Okay, it's I will just say it will get better and better and better. So
Good answer.
And I'm sure
Yeah,
Hadley
well-
will get better and better and better.
Oh, I know we are, and we're so excited for that. I'm curious to see what parts of the cat fight you guys get to see with Christy Ray and I.
Wait, can I ask a quick question about that? When you look back at the footage, like something, for example, the roadkill, are you like, I can't believe I said that? And of course they're gonna like keep like, do you not, I want to say regret, but being on a reality show, are you like super cautious about what you say at all times because you never know what soundbite they might use? Does that make sense?
You know what, Chris? I will say this: I am definitely a little bit more cautious this time. But if I look back at Abby's Ultimate, you don't have such a big regret that I did not march straight out there with Hadley when Abby did that to her and respond. I really could kick myself for just staying over to the side. But Hadley's such a kid of high intellect. I
Right.
just felt that if I did that, I was going to embarrass her even more. So why add salt to the wound? But looking back now, I still wish I would have marched straight out there and said to Abby exactly how I felt.
Right. I mean, that's your maternal instincts for sure.
Yeah.
And I think Hadley handled it really well.
Yeah. Yeah, and she
Yeah,
has
I do-
improved
I do.
so much.
Yeah,
It's
she's
so
smart
right.
too. Sorry.
Well, thanks, you guys. Hey, you let me know. I'll call in anytime,
Of
okay?
course.
Can you come visit us when you're in LA? You
I
should
know.
come in.
I thought you guys were supposed to come to LA around now.
Well, I know, and we were going to actually get with like 6 of the kids from Abby's Ultimate and go to like one of the shows together. And then when we started taping the shows in Ohio, it really messed our schedule up and
okay.
pressed me doing choreography in other places
Yeah.
those weeks that we had open. So
Well, if you change your
I wanna
mind,
come-
or if you want to take a little summer vacay, you know where to find us.
We'll be here.
You have my number. I
all
use
right.
yours all the time.
Okay, but now listen, I haven't got to listen to last week. I was so nervous. Like, be easy on my hair and makeup.
No, I actually
definitely
love the
found
bump this week. That big bump.
Okay.
You were working it.
Okay.
I was like, all right. And I love the variation, switching it up. It's a good look.
Gina was like, I need to bump it. How did Yvette get that
I need
hair?
Yvette to bump it. My hair's very flat tonight.
Yeah, I love the interesting stuff.
Okay, well, I was scared. I was scared to listen to the show of what you guys were going to say. Like, oh, Lord, they're going to chew me up.
No, I like it.
We
I
always,
liked it.
we always have a soft spot for you.
Yes.
Oh, my. Okay, well, then you make my heart just swell.
Aw.
And I'm so soft for you guys. So I'll keep putting comments on YouTube for you guys.
Thank you, Yvette. Have a good
Yes.
night. Give Hadley a big hug for us.
Yeah,
Yes.
please hug
All
her.
right.
I miss her.
Okay, thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I love
Aw,
her.
me
She's
too.
so
She's
cute.
really sweet.
I think she's mad at me that I hung out with Christy, but I still love both of them the same.
They're both
In
great.
different ways.
Yeah.
For different reasons. Okay,
a
so
traitor.
really quickly, Mary was clearly sloppy. I was not a
Hey,
traitor.
listen, I talked about them. Like, I'm cool about them.
I was not a traitor. I even told Christy Ray to her face, I'm like, I know, I talked a lot of smack about you, and I don't take any of it back. I thought you were portrayed as lots of different bad words, but I really love your daughter, and I have never met you in person, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
I mean,
Christy Ray's a hot
No
mom,
judges. No, yeah.
She's such a
I
hot
think
mom.
that's
Yeah.
why a lot of them hate on her.
She
you know?
always has like the best shoes and like just perfect body. I'm like,
And that
Okay, guys. Okay.
J-Lo hair.
Okay, anyway.
Okay, so Mary, she was sloppy kind of all over the place.
Mary,
Jalen,
yeah, well.
now that I'm watching it a second time, I'm not going to lie.
It's
I might
good.
have to jump on the bandwagon. I think I was maybe expecting a little too much, or I was expecting to not like it. I now that watching it over, I think he should have beat Mary, to be
Yes.
honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agree.
Hadley was in tears, having anxiety about the headpiece.
We forgot to ask Yvette about that. I
Oh, the
wanted to know,
headpiece.
like, hi, didn't she rehearse with it ever?
Yeah.
I
Well,
feel like she
clearly
had
not that
She
to.
should
much.
She had to have rehearsed with it. Like,
Perhaps
I feel
a
like
little bit. Maybe it
some
got
of this-
bigger.
Yeah.
Maybe after the day before.
Even so, I mean, it's not easy to do that.
Yeah, ever.
So props
Either
to
way. And
Hadley.
even if they
Oh,
do
yeah.
rehearse, she maybe was having problems with it.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's just it's good practice
Yeah.
for future, because like, you know, any Broadway show,
Exactly.
like tours, you're always
Yeah.
working
Vegas
with props.
show.
Vegas,
Vegas
shows,
especially.
cabaret shows.
Yeah.
They
You
got
never
first
know.
place.
You never know what they're
anyway
gonna
for
make
their-
you do.
They got first place anyway for their duet. Personally, it wasn't my favorite. I've seen Hadley do a lot
I
better.
really like that duet.
But I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
The group wasn't really my cup of tea. Any comments on the group member?
Go ahead.
Gina, you can go ahead.
Oh, why do I have to be first? I mean,
I mean, that's it. That's my whole comment.
I mean- well, okay.
mean-
I love Anthony. I think he's very
Oh, I
talented.
do too.
That is
I,
awesome.
honest to goodness, just thought this choreography was really bad.
Yeah.
Like it was just bad.
I just didn't get it.
And you know, I will applaud the effort and the thought of like having the boys, you know, dance a little feminine and stuff. I think it's cool. Like I really feel like at this day and age, everyone should be able to dance feminine,
As a chameleon.
masculine. Yeah, you should be able to do everything.
For
so
sure.
and I think it's important that we like encourage young men to like be okay with being a little feminine here and there and
Yeah.
not have to
Yeah.
like be
I think
butch
it
all
just
the
needs to be
time.
clear that
Yeah,
this is
but-
feminine dancing, so then they
Yeah.
don't go do like a solo and they're all like
Yeah, exactly.
janky,
I'm
you know?
with you.
Because sometimes I see guys, like young guys
who don't know how to switch it off.
and
Yeah.
who will be like strutting
Yeah.
better than the girls. And
Yeah.
why is that? Why is that?
Yeah.
A, but B, yeah, I think it's good, of course, to be able to do everything, but I think they need to be, I think they're in an age where they need to be taught how to be strong.
Yeah.
Personally, because I didn't think they were advanced enough to execute that
Yeah.
properly.
And I have seen Zach
Yeah.
be that way, be really strong and masculine,
Mhm.
but I feel like the last 2 weeks it's been a little bit too much.
Well, his tendency, like back when we did Abby's Ultimate, was to be not so masculine.
Yeah.
Like I know I was on him about it a lot. So
Right. And sometimes, like, even for myself, growing up with all female teachers, you're not exposed to that a lot.
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes I'm not the biggest fan of
Yeah.
seeing that, because it's almost like you have to train them that much extra to get rid of the
Yeah.
like tendencies.
Well, at
or-
least they're still young. They're still moldable.
oh, of
Yes.
course.
Let's, with my last question, let's move on to predictions. Do we think that Kathy's going to fire Anthony?
ooh, maybe.
Any other predictions?
I don't know. I think they
coming
love the
season?
drama. Like, I
Unless-
think if he
yeah.
was nice and cordial and got along with her, it wouldn't be Dance Moms, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think at home?
she
Are we
can-
going to see more of Anthony, less of Anthony? Is Christy going to throw a punch at Yvette?
The...
Are they going to be best friends at the end of the season?
I mean, it was good to know that it's all real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do
I mean, is
feel
it
bad.
it's good or bad?
Between the two
too.
of them, for sure, because they don't see each other enough to produce that
Yeah.
kind of thing ahead of time, and they definitely don't speak. Whereas I feel like sometimes when the ALDC moms get in a fight, it's kind of like, well, you know,
They're
we're gonna
just
be
friends.
near each
Yeah.
other anyway, so
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that is all for tonight's recap. Gina, you have a really cool event coming up.
Yes, I
So
do.
Please tell everyone about your event, how they
Okay.
can find out more information, how they
will.
can get involved.
Yes, I will try and be as brief as possible. The event is called Art for Life. It's a charity event. This will be my 7th year producing it. It's a big, huge show, mostly dance, a little bit of music. This year it's going to be on August 1st at Supper Club, and we are raising money towards St. Jude Children's Hospital. So every year I donate to a different charity. This year I'm pretty much creating the show in its entirety, like top to bottom, though I do have some guest artists. I have Allison and Twitch from So You Think You Can Dance that are going to
Yes.
perform. I did a solo for Sophia Lucia. She's going to perform. Recording artist Mateo. He's an Interscope
I love
artist.
him.
He's going to perform. Caduce Philippe, who's this really, really great, like, you know, TV host, is going to MC. So anyway, get involved. You can check out gofundme.com/artforlife7. That's where you can go and donate and get more information. Right now, we're still in the process of collecting donations to actually produce the event. But once we meet that, then everything else just goes straight to the charity. My website, GinaStarbuck.com, always has info, or the Facebook page is Art for Life Benefit. And it's always art, the number 4.
Number 4.
Life. Yes. So I think that's it.
And you're always tweeting about it at Gina
Yes.
Starbuck.
I've been tweeting like crazy. I apologize if I am annoying anybody, but I'm
No.
like, everyone needs to be there at this show.
Yes.
It's going to be amazing.
Well, and hopefully we'll have you back beforehand so we
Yes.
can remind our viewers and subscribers again
Yes.
Yes, please come back.
and hear about
I would
progress
love to.
and more little surprises at your show.
Yes. It's going to be brilliant.
Chris,
Yes.
where can we find you?
At Chris Conjero at all the mediums, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Keeping it simple like Gina.
Yeah.
Everyone at home, thank you so much for joining us for another recap. Next week we have another reunion.
Woo.
That'll be really fun to make fun of. You can find me at Giselle Ugarty, GISELLEUGARTE. I don't know why I'm spelling it out, but
I didn't spell it this
whatever.
week. First week.
Hey! But you can find the proper spelling for all of us on iTunes and on YouTube, and we'll see you next week. Bye!
Yes.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.